future is now.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. It's been a while since I've done a video. I have been busy, as you all have been, with life, with COVID, with business, with renovations, with family dynamics, all sorts of things that have been going on in 2020, and here we are into 2021 already, and the fun never stops. For those of us that have thought that, you know, thank gosh 2020 is over and here we are into 2021, I think the theme for 2021 for all of us is really stamina, persistence, resiliency. Those are the skills that is going to be required of all of us to navigate the next year and the next few years ahead. You know, interestingly enough, work from home, COVID caused this work from home reality, and many of our clients adapted very easily and very quickly. They did amazingly well. And what we found is now that companies are talking about, even though we're still in the midst of some locations having lockdowns and some transitioning back, it's still all over the map basically around the world globally on how people are dealing with their local reality in relation to COVID. But what it means for the work from home is it's honestly as a trend, it's here to stay. I think we all know that at this point. I think last year it was maybe, you know, we'll merge our way back to the office. There are some companies that we are talking with and that we have surveyed that they do have a hybrid approach happening right now, where they've got some sort of skeleton team that goes in and rotates with other people, but the majority of them are still doing a primary work from home reality. And I'm working with a number of clients right now where they are talking about, you know, fall of 2021, summer of 2021 going back, and what they're finding is employees are resisting the call back to the office. And a couple of CEOs and executives that I've been talking with are like, you know, gosh, what does that mean for our real estate? What does that mean for our culture? We've always been known as a culture that, you know, we're amiable, we're friendly, we're like family with each other. And my comment was the virtual reality changes the dynamics of that. But now we have to come up with matching the culture of an organization with the trends of human behavior. A couple of things we've observed at Next Mapping is number one, rural migration. More and more people have said to themselves, do we really need to live in the city knowing that we're going to be working from home? We want more space. So some of the real estate trends are, you know, boom markets throughout 2020, where people, even within cities, but then also people migrate to rural locations in order to, you know, to have more space and to have that home office and make it more part of their reality. So that trend is not going away. We're seeing that this, you know, rural migration is going to continue in the next few years because people are reevaluating their life. I think another really big trend that we can't underestimate is how people have responded to the work from home reality. So a lot of people that we surveyed, over 80% said, I like working from home. No more commute, more time with family, more time to cook healthy meals, more time to exercise. So all those well-being elements of being a worker and working have really caused people to say, do I really want to get back into the rat race, if you will? Do I really want to go back to commuting, you know, 2 hours a day each way, or do I? And I think what's happened is we are all reevaluating what work means, what life means, where our priorities are. And so from my opinion, from a future of work perspective, work from home is here to stay. Some organizations will do better with this as far as a future of work reality. Others will have to navigate what that means structurally. Obviously, if you're a national organization of 50,000 employees or more, that's going to be a bigger organizational shift, cultural change, and process than maybe a smaller, you know, organization that can, you know, align its systems with a work from home permanent force more easily. You already have heard on the news, companies like Twitter and Google and technology firms have decided to remain remote, because from a technology firm standpoint, the only reason you'd need to gather in person is for specific reasons. So a lot of companies are looking at what are those specific reasons for meeting in person. Under what conditions do we want to meet in person? You know, what does it mean for our workforce to rotate coming into the office 1 or 2 days a week versus how they used to come in 5 days a week. But I think at the core of all of this is human nature, human behavior change. We're going to see more and more social change this next year because people are taking a harder look at how they live their lives, what work means to them. And so organizations and leaders need to be ready for this trend around people wanting to work and live differently. As a future of work expert, we've been talking about this for over a decade around how, specifically driven by the millennials, wanting to have more quality of life, wanting to have more time to balance life and work. For the baby boomers and the Gen X's, we've talked about balance, but we've still sort of stuck to the routine of going to the office and, doing the grind, if you will, or doing work the way it had been done for the last few decades. So I personally, I see that the organizations that are adapting to this reality, that are offering permanent work from home positions, are having an advantage over companies who are not doing that. I do predict that we're going to see more worker migration from companies who don't have a work from home policy towards companies that do have a work from home policy. So that's this weekly's video on what my thoughts on this. If you have any additional thoughts, please put them below the video. Follow us on all social media and make your comments there. I would like to hear your thoughts. So all the best to this week, and we'll look forward to seeing you in our next weekly video. All the best.